2018 is in full swing, and the crypto markets are on fuego. The market cap has passed $700 billion, and people all over the world are now sitting up and paying attention to magical
internet
money. So what will the year bring? Well, we know for sure there's going to be plenty of drama, and we're here to help make sense of it all. And when that fails, we'll just make fun of ourselves for being bad. It's what we do here, so let's do that thing we do in episode number 69 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Googling all the things so you don't have to. It's Travis and Joel, the blockchain blockheads, and you are listening to the Bad Crypto Podcast.
I'm Googling right now. You know how fast I'm Googling? It's so handy.
At the speed of typing. Travis Wright, Googling at the speed of typing. We are glad you're here from all over the globe, over 185 countries, maybe even 186. And of course, we're celebrating so many things, including the fact that December found us with another record month of over 500,000 downloads. That's 500,000, Mr. Travis, right?
Wow. That's a pretty impressive thing that you knew that was 500,000. I like that.
You're impressive, Travis.
You got maths, bro.
I have mad math skills. And you know what else I got? I got skills to let everybody know that Zilla has signed on to continue as the show sponsor for the month of January.
They love you guys. You guys are awesome.
They do love us. They love them. They don't love us. They love our listeners. You guys have heard about the Zilla ICO Marketplace app where you can browse ICOs. You can upvote, downvote stuff. So good ones like cream rise to the top. If you're digging an ICO, you'll be able to participate using tokens and credit cards with one click. And their app is currently just waiting on approval from Apple. And having submitted apps to the App Store, I know that can be slow, and Apple actually takes a couple weeks off during the holidays where nothing gets approved. So if you don't get in before, Christmas, then you got to wait. But in the meantime, there's ICOs that are signing up to be listed. And if you're running an ICO yourself, you can list it for free in the Zilla app. You guys want to go register for free. Go to zla.io/bad. And you can also register your ICO there and be ready for that. So thanks to Avasa Phillips for continuing to sponsorify the Bad Crypto Podcast. And we owe some shout outs, Mr. Travis Wright, to Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple. That interview that we had with him just a few episodes ago ended up being our top show. It got more downloads than the Ronnie Moas episode.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. And he tweeted it out. He's got tons and tons of action on the Twitter. So if this is the first time you guys, or the second time, I think that you'd probably heard the Bad Crypto Podcast. Thanks for coming on and listening to us. We are bad. We're getting pretty good though at being bad, right, Joel?
Or bad at being good. I'm not sure which it is. It's this whole good bad thing. Also, check this out. If you guys own an Amazon Echo, then you could do this. You could say, Alexa, play the Bad Crypto Podcast.
Getting the latest episode of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
What is growth hacking? Alexa. You know someone who's a growth Alexa. Hacker and didn't know it? She won't shut up. Hang on.
Alexa, could you be quiet?
Alexa, I have a different email address for each crypto. Alexa!
Alexa, So anyways, what the deal is you can literally tell Alexa to play the Bad Crypto Podcast, and it will. It's pretty amazing.
Right. It will. So mine's in the other room, and that's coming through a service called TuneIn. And there's an app for TuneIn, and traditionally TuneIn has just been for radio, but now they are starting to play podcasts. So what'll happen when you tell your Echo to do that is it'll play the most recent episode. And we're hoping that soon that will work on both Microsoft and Google home devices. In fact, just try it. Let us know if you have one of those devices, what happens, because I don't have one, so it might actually work.
Yeah, you could literally go over to one of your friend's house who has one and tell it to do that, and then like walk away, and then the Bad Crypto podcast will just keep playing in the background until they figure out to turn it off.
Which is awesome. More shout outs in order to all of you who have thank yous coming your way, because during the holiday season, you donated real cash monies, either fiat money or Bitcoin, to Food for the Poor, which is foodforthepoor.org/MOAS, MOAS. That's Ronnie Moas's pet project. And I don't want to say pet because these are people we're feeding, not animals, but raised 5 figures through you guys for them. For the Special Olympics, which is Travis's philanthropic favorite, and we raised thousands for them. And for waterislife.com, thank you to so many of you that gave out of your own funds to support these incredible charities. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I think is really powerful in this crypto space is that people seem to be really altruistic, more so than with fiat money. It's almost like some of those greedy bankers are just like Scrooge McDuck, you know? But I've noticed that people in the crypto space seem to be really grateful and thankful that they have this newfound prosperity and they're sharing it with other people. And you know what? If you haven't done a lot of that, what a great way to get your friends or your family started in crypto. Send them a little Litecoin, or, you know, send them some lumens. If you get somebody set up and send them some lumens, and that stuff is so quick, it's lightning fast. Like Ripple, you send somebody Ripple, that is lightning fast, right? So, I mean, it's unbelievable. Once people see it, it's unbelievable. And you folks there who have given to Food for the Poor, you have done some really good stuff. Like I think Ronnie mentioned, like we're feeding hundreds of kids or something for the whole year, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. And you folks are the best community. We have the best community, don't we, Mr. Travis, right?
Huge. We have the best community. We have the biggest buttons.
And we have the best bad coin, which, you know, for those who donated, you became bad coin millionaires. And we've been giving away bad coin now since almost the beginning of the show, but we've also been warning you that a time is coming that we would stop giving away bad coin, and that time is drawing near. In fact, our 6-month broadcast anniversary happens on January 18th. And after the clock strikes midnight that night, that's it. No more bad coin just for the asking. So if you have not yet gotten your bad coin, you can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/bad crypto, or go to the Facebook Bad Crypto Mastermind group, which you have to apply to get into, or make a donation to Food for the Poor, the Special Olympics, or waterislife.com, and forward us your receipt. If you donate $25 or more to any of these, you'll get 1 million bad coin. If you donate $100 or more, you'll get 2 million bad coin. But the freebies, the gravy train, the free ride on the Bad Coin Express is going to end. So this is your last chance. And please go to the website, to the show notes, where we will have links to all of these pages so that you can go directly there.
Yep. And afterwards, after we stop giving it away, bad coin will still be worthless, but we just won't be giving it away.
That's right. We're gonna hodl. I don't know. We actually have some ideas, and we'll reveal those ideas at the appropriate time. And one more bit of news we have teased in the past. We have floated a trial balloon of perhaps doing Bad CryptoCon or BadCon or whatever we're going to call it in Denver, perhaps this summer. And those conversations are progressing, my friends. And so it might become a reality.
It might be sometime around when we have our 1-year anniversary. Wouldn't that be clever?
We can neither confirm nor deny at this point.
Neither confirm nor deny. I did not tell you when the date was.
But we can confirm that we have questions from you, the listeners who we love so very much.
Bad Crypto voicemail. You have one new message.
Hey, Travis and Joel. This is Ricky Soares from Boston. Just want to say I absolutely love the show. For someone that's a beginner like myself, I've been in the crypto game now for 4 months or so, and what you guys bring to the table is absolutely phenomenal in, getting me caught up in everything that is crypto. I got a quick question, and I'm assuming there's others out there that might have the same. With the Ledger Nano S, I recently purchased one, and I've started putting my currencies on there. I noticed that only 3 or 4 currencies can be held on the actual hardware wallet itself. I guess my question is, can I store more currencies than that on the actual Ledger app that you get that's on the Google Chrome aspect of it? And then am I able to remove and add cryptos on the actual hardware wallet itself? Hopefully this is a question that, others have and you guys might be able to answer. So hopefully you put this on the show and answer it. As always, stay bad.
Thank you, Ricky, for the question. Ricky Bobby, and we appreciate you in Boston. Just remember to park the car in the garage.
Wicked smart. They're wicked smart up there.
I have a Ledger Nano S, and I love that I can store coins securely offline. And of course, in order to be able to use your coins in an offline wallet, you have to have the device in your hand because you have to put a code in on the device in order to unlock it. That's what makes it extra secure, and not just holding the private keys, but the code needs to be put on the device. However, I was really disappointed, Travis, to discover that while the Ledger Nano S supports many different currencies, that you could only hold, because of memory reasons, which is totally mind-boggling to me, how there can't be more memory on this thing, 4 or 5 different cryptocurrencies at one time. It's out of memory. Delete an app in order to put another one.
Out of memory, how big are those, files? I mean, these files are like bytes. Are they, is it just a ploy for them to get you to buy more? Because I know the Trezor allows you to have tons of ERC20 tokens and whatever.
Yeah, I don't get it. But the question he's asking is, can I still store additional coins? Remember, your coins aren't actually on the ledger. Your coins are on the blockchain. Even if you have a paper wallet, your coins aren't actually on that piece of paper. They're not actually on the exchange. They're on the blockchain, and it's where you're holding your keys that's important. Mm-hmm. So the answer to the question is, let's say I have Litecoin, Bitcoin, Bcash, and Ripple on my Ledger Nano S, and I want to install another coin, and I'm trying to think of one that goes on there, and it's evading me at the moment. But
Dash?
Let's say it's Dash. Yes, Dash does go on there. I could delete the Ripple app from my Ledger Nano S, install the Dash app via Chrome, and then I can access my Dash. My Ripple didn't disappear. My Ripple's still there in the blockchain. And if I delete, say, the Bcash app and I reinstall the Ripple app, when I launch that app, your coins are going to be there still. Remember, this is just how you access them. They're not actually stored on the device itself. So
yeah, that's one additive to that is that a wallet is actually a misnomer. It's more of a keychain because that's like where your keys are that you're using to access your stuff that's on the blockchain. So don't think of it as a wallet where you're storing your coins. Think of it as a keychain where you're connecting to the coins.
But we're still going to call it a wallet because that's what people call them. They call them wallets. So hopefully that answers your question. But here's a question from a crypto chick.
Hey guys, it's Cynthia here in San Francisco. So I'm loving listening to you guys, and I've listened to all your episodes on wallets about 3 times. I understand how to get my money into the exchanges. I understand how to trade between the exchanges, and I understand how to buy and sell. But no matter what I do, I cannot figure out the whole wallet thing, as I do not wish to put it on my cell phone in case I lose it. So it looks like, if you're going to buy Monero, you don't have a wallet for that in the Bitcoin wallet. So you have to have a different wallet for each coin. I'm really confused. And if you want to write them down on paper, okay, I get it. You could do that. But if you guys could just cover that one more time, I'm utterly confused. That would be amazing. Like, how many wallets do I need to have? Do I need to have one for each exchange or one for each coin? Or should I have multiple wallets for each coin? Okay, thank you. Bye.
Great question, Cynthia in San Francisco. Yeah, so it really depends. Now, I have multiple wallets on my desktop, and it's really not a good idea to keep access to your keys on your cell phone. So keeping all your crypto on yourself, not a good idea. So you're right about that. But when it comes to those different wallets, some of them are different. They have different protocols, right? So I know that like Monero, it's its own kind of blockchain private deal. So in most cases, it's in its own wallet. But there's some wallets, I think, does that allow you to have multiple offline with Monero as well, Joel?
I know that Jax holds multiple coins. I'm not sure. The one I use is a Windows desktop wallet.
So it's your Windows desktop wallet for Monero specifically?
I have a Monero desktop wallet, and it's just for Monero. So, I mean, this is one of the problems right now is that some coins only have their own wallet. Neo, for example, we use Neon to hold your Neo. If you don't want to have it on an exchange, you use a Monero wallet to hold Monero. There's a Stellar Lumens wallet to hold Stellar Lumens. But then you have like the Exodus wallet that holds, about 20 different currencies right now. We can hold Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash, Civic, Gollum. The list goes on. But there is not yet a universal wallet because building support for each of these tokens takes time, right? They can't just say, okay, now you can throw Gollum, or Civic into this wallet. They have to build the code into the wallet to be able to manage that token. They have their own protocol.
That's very poignant. You're so right on. And we actually have a future interview coming out next week where we're talking to Jameson Lopp. And he has actually been working on wallets and these multi-sig things. And they were building one with Ethereum. And there's just so many interesting, things that have to pile on Ethereum with all these different smart contracts and whatnot. Like, it's hard to make a wallet that fits with all of these different blockchains and all these different coins. How is that going to be resolved? That just seems like
we empathize with your plight, Cynthia. And as 2018 moves on, we're going to see more solutions and more versions of what you see is what you get wallets, right? With nice graphical user interfaces that make it easier and are more inclusive. But also understand that new coins are coming out all the time. Now, this isn't a problem if it is an ERC20 token, right? If it's launched on the Ethereum blockchain, then all of those can go into your MyEther wallet or into your MetaMask, right? Any of those places on your trees or on your ledger, which is one of the reasons that Ethereum is so appealing to many of these ICOs, right? Appreciate the question, Cynthia. And we got this from Matt via Tech Forum. He says, hey, Joel and Travis. Matt here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Love your podcast. Been listening since July, which is when we started.
Nice.
I know you're not financial advisors. Our students are obviously very clear on that. But let me say this. If people had been listening to your podcast as long as I have and have invested dollars, then they would agree when I say you're crypto wizards. Been listening to topics on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP, and you, my friends, are wizards to my crypto wallet. Got into XRP at 26 cents, Bitcoin at 4,500, Ethereum at 290, Litecoin at 55. Reluctant on Bcash, bro. Just listened to podcasts with Brad Garlinghouse, and it was excellent. Number 2 favorite podcast next to the one with Ronnie Moas. Podcast suggestion, get Jamie Dimon on to see if he can explain to us his position on crypto. Stay bad, Matt. Thanks, Matt. We appreciate that. And I don't know that Mr. Diamond's going to come on our show, Travis.
You know what? We can hope and pray, and we can send out good vibes into the universe. But congrats on all of your crypto gains. It sounds like he got in some pretty good deals there along the way. So even though we're not financial advisors, we do talk about what's going on in the space, and those who have jumped in at some of those times early on, they've done pretty good.
Multiple ways to reach out to us. The Bad Crypto Hotline is always open 24/7. And the TravBot 3000 will take your message. The number is 708-885-9030. Email us at badcryptopodcast@gmail.com or go to the website, badcryptopodcast.com, and click the contact Joel and Travis link, and that is a great place for you to ask questions, provide feedback, ask us for our wallet addresses so you can send us all kinds of cryptos, and put in speaker requests as well, because in fact, I'm going to Chile in the very 1st of February, and I'll be talking more about that in an upcoming episode, but it's all about the blockchain.
And yeah, it's like, and I'm going to be in, Asia with Ronnie Moas, which is going to be awesome. He actually asked the event coordinators for me to invite him up on stage. So that's going to be awesome to share with the audience that our Bad Crypto audience has donated more than 10 grand to Food for the Poor. That's amazing. Love you guys.
It is super cool. Okay, let's check out the news. Gotta love this headline. And I want to say it in a whiny voice. People want in on crypto so bad that exchange desks can't keep up with the demand. Man.
Oh my God.
I want to trade my crypto.
How come I can't have a Bitcoin logo on my latte?
This is awesome. There are so many people that are trying to get into crypto now that Coinbase, Bittrex, Binance, these guys can't keep up. None of them are doing great support to begin with. And now things have slowed to a crawl to the point that Binance said they're not taking any new users for the time being. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not taking those. And you know what? What was really interesting is that they're so bogged down with new users that are trying to come onto the platform. And then, I don't know if you guys had saw this or not, but, earlier this week, Intel had this Spectre bug that was such a big thing, right? And then, so last night, you couldn't do anything. That's because that impacted all of these servers, all the Microsoft Azure servers, and I'm sure it probably impacts some Amazon servers as well. And there was a vulnerability in the Intel chip. And it was so fundamental that it's almost like every computer is going to need to be redesigned as a result of this. But dude, last night, all those exchanges were out. I couldn't go in. If you try to go to Bittrex, you could not send out any of those main tokens at all. And, that was crazy. So this was a big deal. And it looks like they've got a fix for it, but apparently it's been known for a while. So it's crazy.
I don't know that any of these exchanges expected such a rush of new users. And, I've used Kraken before, and it is probably one of the slower ones. And they've had all kinds of users complaining about server downtime. Bitfinex has had problems. I've had, less issues, I think, with Poloniex in terms of getting it to work in Bittrex. But I opened a support ticket on Poloniex one time, and it never got answered. The problem seemed to resolve itself after a few weeks, but the ticket never got answered. So I think if somebody launches an exchange that is really ready to deal with customers and the way that customers want to be, dealt with, that they're really going to crush it. But
yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I got to add something to this, Joel. As I wrote a book called Digital Sense, which is all about customer experience. And if you look at this from a customer experience right now, trying to get into crypto, it is so hard. It's complex. I was over the holidays, I was walking through my sister and brother-in-law into the crypto space, and they're really fascinated by it. And they're my brother-in-law, he's an engineer who's has built amazing. He actually helped create the device that stopped the oil spill in the Gulf a couple of years ago, right? He built this component for the pipe, for the oil pump deal. And my sister's a PhD in microbiology and safety and whatnot. So really smart. And they're going, holy shit, what's going, this is so complex. There's a customer experience problem and a customer support problem. If you have a problem on Coinbase, you're not going to get anybody on the phone. I mean, there's no way. They're not going to answer your email for a while. It's crazy.
Insane, some people might say. Mm-hmm. And speaking of insane, here's our friend Jamie Dimon again, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, in this story on Cointelegraph.com. The Wall Street buzz is that Merrill Lynch is banning Bitcoin for its clients. I don't get that.
Why? That is
how
so
can
silly.
You ban? They're basically, so JP Morgan, said that they didn't want their financial advisors buying Bitcoin for their clients, any Bitcoin related investments. And now Merrill Lynch is banning their financial advisors from doing the same. And so Jamie's having a bad influence on Wall Street. I don't get it.
It's one of those things, Joel, like Merrill Lynch. To me, this is so backwards thinking, because guess what? If I'm with Merrill Lynch and all of a sudden I realize, wait, you don't allow us to do any cryptocurrency related investments. Well, guess what? I'm going to go somewhere that does. So this to me is like, business suicide. I would say this, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'd probably short Merrill Lynch.
I do not get it at all, especially when you see news organizations starting to take Bitcoin more seriously, at least addressing it. For example, CNBC. Now they've added Bitcoin as one of their top 5 currency pairs on the ticker that goes at the bottom of the screen. They've got the euro, the Japanese yen, the Great Britain pound, the Canadian dollar, and Bitcoin.
Yep.
That are the top tickers.
Mm-hmm. And it was so weird. If you actually look at how that's set up across those top tickers, it says Bitcoin. It doesn't say typically in the exchange markets, it's XBT is what they normally call Bitcoin in those markets, because X meaning it's not tied to any, country or entity. So it's XBT. So it actually should be XBT/USD, because that's kind of what it's going to. That's the price there, but it just says Bitcoin. So they don't quite get it yet. They don't have all the nuances of it down, but it's interesting to see that, wow, they're putting Bitcoin up as one of their top 5 currencies that, they're paying attention to. So that's interesting.
Well, we're paying attention to what's happening in the market, and that is the subject of today's feature segment. The thing about recording this show, even a few days in advance, is you don't know what's going to happen, a few days later. And this is the Sunday evening episode, and it's a couple days before then right now. But as of now, the crypto market cap is $763 billion. And the past week and a half to 2 weeks, well, really, especially since the beginning of the new year, right? We got through the new year and then it all broke loose, especially amongst the altcoins. We've seen Bitcoin kind of hover right around 15,000. And we've seen Bcash kind of stick right around 2,500. But the altcoins have gone absolutely bananas.
Not only have they gone absolutely bananas, Joel, it's like some of them have just gone catastrophically, not catastrophically, what I don't know what the word is, just shot up like complete rocket. I mean, Tron popped up out of nowhere, and it has this huge percentage of gain. It's now one of the top 7 cryptocurrencies just out of the blue.
Yeah. And what the heck is it even? There is less there at the moment. It is truly a concept right now. With all of the other coins that are in the top, there's product that is out there, that is developed, that it has shipped, and Tron seems to be going up purely on speculation of what's to be created. And I remember the airdrop happening a few months ago, and I received 500 Tron, as I'm guessing thousands of other people did. And at that time, it was worth a penny. And I'm thinking, okay, what is this? Well, Tron, I like the movie. I may as well hold, the token. And now looking at it at this moment, after a 7-day rise of almost 500%, it's sitting around 22 cents. And if there is an indicator of hype in the crypto space, I would think that a token that has nothing backing it other than a concept going up this high, this is the definition of hype. I'm not saying that it's not a good project, or that, the future value can't, be aligned with this amount. I don't get it.
Yeah, there was a great article on Forbes, and we'll include that in. It says, could this millennial crypto tech visionary be the next Jack Ma? and it was talking about, so this guy who is running Tron is he was the head of China, Ripple. He was the guy there who was in charge for the Chinese region. And so he spun off, and it looks like he's created this company called Tron but this is basically an open source platform for the global digital entertainment industry. So it's interesting what they're doing with this, right? Because of all the piracy and stuff that happens in China. It's a pretty big market. I think it's taken off, and it's interesting for sure to keep an eye on. I've never seen one just take off like that though. That thing just went boom. Oh, you know what? We did see that with the Cardano. Cardano just took off like whoosh, next thing you know, you're in the top 10. Like, it's wild. Some of them just take off like over the course of like a couple of days.
Yeah, it is pretty fascinating stuff. Of course, other big stories for the week. Ripple has cracked $3, and this is something that just a short time ago, we were looking at it at a quarter. And we talked, I remember this conversation. I think that Ripple's going to be, one of the next ones to go, to blow up, and boom. That happened. I don't think that we are market movers, even though there's a lot of people that listen to the show. I think Brad might have had more to do with, telling people about the podcast that may have caused a move in the market. What do you think?
You know what? I'm pretty sure it was your dulcet tones of your voice, Mr. Joel Comm. And they were like, oh my God, the silky smooth vocal tones of Mr. Joel Comm, and having Brad Garlinghouse on there. It was like, this is definitely a over $3 coin.
I must have Ripple. I must have it. This is big. Ethereum passed the $1,000 mark. And who was it we were just talking to? Mr. Lopp, right? That was actually on a future episode. We've already interviewed Jameson Lopp, and he's coming in a show this coming week. And he was talking about how many projects are built on the Ethereum blockchain, and that it's kind of, found its place. And so it doesn't surprise me to see it taking off like it is.
Yep. And then we saw, one thing that I've noticed as well is whenever Ripple rises, it seems that Stellar's not far behind it. And it's a rise and fall thing. If you actually overlay Stellar on top of Ripple, and you will see a distinct correlation between the two. So it's like there's some unheard of peg between the two, because since they do the similar thing, but it's like Stellar right now is like 1/10 or so. I guess not really, but it's like we're 13 billion, and they're at 123 billion.
Well, you know why that is, because the supply of Ripple is almost 39 billion. The supply of Stellar is almost 18 billion. So there's less than half the amount of Stellar out there. And so people are looking at the price of Stellar and saying, well, based on the circulation, shouldn't it be twice the value of Ripple, or $6 or so? Of course, it's approached $1, and it's sitting around 75 cents right now. Those of you who received free lumens from us many, many months ago, when we had Jed McCaleb on, I think it was at about 2 cents, an XLM at that point. And so those of you who were able to claim 500 lumens, you had about $12 worth of lumens. Well, those same 500 lumens right now are worth $375. That was free monies, courtesy of Stellar and the Bad Crypto Podcast.
I mean, who do you love? I mean, who do you love?
Who you love? Are you being bad to the bone again? Hey, here's another one, Travis. Neo, which we've been talking about, in passing. We haven't gotten in depth on Neo yet, but we've both been fans of it as the Chinese Ethereum, and we got in single digits when it was Ant shares, and then watched Neo go up to 60, and then pull back to sub 30, and now it's over 100. It broke through.
And there's only 65 million of them. And one thing that I have found that is really interesting when we're talking about trading in cryptos now, there's a new exchange open called KuCoin, KuCoin, and KuCoin has trading pairs in Neo. So you can actually transfer your Neo over and buy cryptos over there. You can buy it with Ethereum, with Neo, or with Bitcoin over there, or Tether.
Have you heard their new tagline?
What's that?
It's "I'm kooky for KuCoin."
That's wow. That's great.
Yeah. EOS, there's another one, another Ethereum potential competitor cracked the $10 mark. And EOS is interesting because the ICO is still going on. And it's not open to U.S. citizens, but I believe if you are a U.S. citizen, you can purchase it on an exchange. And, when I look at EOS and NEO, this kind of continues the discussion that we've had here, Travis, that these are blockchain companies, right? These are providing a platform that other ICOs will build upon. Same as Ethereum, same as, Dragon Chain, which I know that, you like a whole bunch. And
what's interesting? Look at the top 20, and most every single one of them is a blockchain.
Mm-hmm. That says something.
Yeah.
That's
the first time I've ever seen that. I don't know what Icon is, or if it does, or if it's a blockchain, but I know that Verge is built on the Ethereum ERC6 and ERC20 token. Ray Blocks, I don't know. I think that's its own blockchain as well, but I've not done a whole lot of research. That's another one that just took off from like a couple of dollars to like $35, and there's only 133 million of them. That thing took up to a $5 billion market cap already. And has it actually done anything? That's what's so crazy is like, how are these companies and the evaluations of these companies like so many billions of dollars so quickly? Like other businesses that start up as a startup, they take years to become a $1 billion unicorn.
Right.
But in the crypto world, it's like they become billionaire unicorn companies, like over the course of like 2 or 3 days.
It's totally irrational and unreasonable, but this gives us a feel of how impactful people see this technology, how transformative it is for an entire culture, for an entire civilization. That's what blockchain is. Check this out. Back in late October, BitShares, the platform which Badcoin is built upon, was at a nickel. Today, 81 cents with a $2.1 billion market cap. And of course, we recently had Stan Larimer, the godfather of BitShares, on the Bad Crypto podcast talking about the platform. And again, it's not because of us or his appearance that it's gone up. I think that people are waking up to what is possible with BitShares, and they see a future in it.
Yeah, they literally on that call, when we were chatting with him, the news broke that they were doing some really cool stuff with this other bank. And so it's pretty wild how these coins are growing so rapidly. But aside from that, the technology is really great. Like, for example, Dan Larimer, he built BitShares. He also built Steem, and he's also built EOS. And if you know anything about BitShares, it's like if you go on BitShares, if you go on Binance and buy some BitShares and send it over to your BitShares wallet, you literally send it with your username. And it was super quick. Like, I don't know the full on of how EOS is going to be rolled out, but I would think that it's almost like this in the business world, in the entrepreneurial world. If you have an entrepreneur who's done it one time and then, investors were more likely, bet on that guy. They'd be like, oh, well, he's already had one successful exit. You know what? I'm going to bet on it. Well, this dude has 2 successful companies that he's built in this block in the top 100 already. He's got 3 companies he's built in the top 100 of crypto market cap.
That's pretty impressive.
That's unbelievable. That guy's got to be up there with Vitalik as 2 of the coolest people in the space. I mean, I don't know much about the guy's backstory other than chatting with Stan, but that just tells me if EOS is still a $6 billion market cap right now, then if they're going to do anything if they can make that so it's more easy and it's simple to use look at Steem. They had usernames and whatnot, and that's how you send money to people with usernames. It's really easy to do. And the BitShares, but there's only like 57,000 members on that BitShares desktop wallet. Because we send out Badcoin, and when somebody sets up a new account, we see what number they are. So there's not huge amounts of people on these platforms yet. But there's something about EOS that seems to me that this guy has done it twice already, and now he's using the culmination of all the things that he's thought of in building EOS. That's going to be something to watch.
And you guys know we're not pitching coins here, but we do hold many of these coins that we're talking about. That's why we're fascinated with them. In fact, all of the ones we've talked about here, either Travis or myself, probably have some of these in our holdings. And I can't talk to you about Populous, which is number 28 here, because I don't know anything about it, and I don't own any. I can't talk to you about Ardor, which is number 26. Now, as time goes on, we intend on meeting with, founders or CEOs of more of these companies and discovering more. But, I'm fascinated by Dogecoin. I own some Dogecoin. Dogecoin broke the $1 billion in the market cap. A joke meme coin is now worth a penny a piece.
Yes, that is utterly hilarious to me. It is 35 overall, but you know what, Joel? It's not worthless. Like you get to the point now where you're trying to send Bitcoin. Like I find a good opportunity. I want to do some trading. A lot of times you got to send some money over to another exchange. My process is I go look at CoinMarketCap. I click at the coin. Oh, that looks good. I do some research. And then immediately I look and see on that tab of, there's the chart and right beside that's the markets tab. I want to see what markets that's on. And a lot of times some of these smaller coins, they're on exchanges you've never even heard of. So you got to create a brand new account. Then you got to send Bitcoin over from this account to that account and wait an hour, right? What I started doing is I put money into Lumens and then I'll send Lumens over real quick because that transaction's done in less than, 30 seconds most time. Doge, same way. Those Doge transactions are really fast. And when we're getting into an era when you want to do quick trading and you want to get into a deal because you can see something getting ready to pop or you got a feeling on one of these where you want to get in and buy a few before this. I mean, you want coins that transfer fast. You don't want this slow Bitcoin waiting an hour and a half to get to it. So, I mean, what I've noticed over time is that I don't even hold as much Bitcoin as I used to because there's some of these other ones that I like because I can maneuver them around quicker and they're growing just as well. I mean, Lumens is taking off like 2 cents when we started with Lumens and I've been collecting Lumens. I mean, man, it got up to 90 cents.
And I'm very bullish on it because I really love the partnership they have with IBM. I think that there's a link between them and a possible new exchange I've done a little reading about called, I think it's FairX, might be. And you can read more about that on the Stellar Reddit. If you want to discover more, again, my reading is preliminary. I also, Travis, love to see those that we featured on the show in ICO Spotlights. Of course, they don't all take off, but some of the ones, that are notable for me that have done really well. Power Ledger had a fantastic ICO, multi 8-figure $1 million ICO in Australia, and it's sitting around $1.80 or so. HST, the decision token, that ICO'd around 10 cents, I think, is at around $1.90. Publica, the ebook publishing blockchain platform that also had a really, I think, sub 10 cent per token ICO around $1.80. The Engine coin, which was maybe 2-3 cents per token, is sitting around 42 cents. And, so we don't know.
Yeah, that's another one that took off.
QuantStamp.
And that one seems to me to keep gathering more and more steam because that's the problem within these, these ERC20 token in these smart contracts is how do you know they are validated to be secure? And some of these, that's a big problem to me. It's like when you're seeing all these, you're hearing of these different hacks from these different smart contracts on top of Ethereum. And, we've heard of those wallets and the things, and they had to do the fork because of that one wallet heist. And you're like, well, I don't know. It doesn't seem secure. So if QuantStamp can do what it says it's going to do, then, it went from less than 10 cents to over 50 cents, as well. That was one of the ones that we had on. So that's great.
Well, one thing is for sure, Mr. Travis, right? 2018 is going to be an incredibly exciting year. The initial hype, I think, that has gone out there about Bitcoin and crypto kind of happened at the end of 2017. And now it's really about seeing these projects that are already listed, the tokens are out there, bring their projects to reality and make these promises kept promises so that the solutions actually make a difference. And then the number of new projects that we're going to see this year, the number of people that we're going to get to talk to and bring to you, our audience, we don't even know who they are yet, but I guarantee we're going to see some mind-blowing stuff happen. Everybody buckle in, because 2018 is going to be a wild ride for crypto with ups and downs. It's going to be a roller coaster. I promise. Sometimes something is going to happen either because of government action or because of a hack or something else breaks in the news, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that is going to make this thing go, whoa, like you're going down the roller coaster. So as for me, when that happens, Travis, I'm just going to have my hands in the air because I know what happens as that roller coaster goes down. What happens next? It's
historically, Joel, it has always gone back up. And that is one of the things that we can tell you. I have a feeling, Mr. Joel Comm, that, and we talked about this, some of our predictions on different things, but just looking at the pace of growth. So what I've said here, I think that by the end of the year 2018, the market cap on crypto could be between $3 and $5 trillion. And I mean, when we're looking at how much money is pouring into this market on a weekly basis from Thanksgiving to Christmas, it was almost $100 billion a week that was coming into crypto. Now, since Christmas, crypto Christmas and New Year's, that was kind of a lull in the market a little bit, except some coins really exploded then, right? So actually the end of the year was just massive explosion for a few of these altcoins, but the market cap didn't change a whole lot. And then it just took off again. Now it's at $750 billion. And if we grow at even $50 billion a week throughout the rest of the 52 weeks, I mean, we're going to be sitting at least $2.5 trillion to $3 trillion by the end of the year.
Don't be standing on the sidelines, gang. Get involved with the conversation in our community. Our Telegram channel has over 2,000 members. It's active. People are always asking questions and talking about the latest news. It's badcode.in/Telegram. And also the most active Facebook group that I've ever been privileged to be a part of is the Bad Crypto Mastermind. If you're not in there, why not? There's about 3,500 people in there right now. And people are saying that because it's so active, they're seeing stories pop up on their feed all the time. It's badcode.in/mastermind. And you do have to answer 3 questions to get in. And I promise you, if you don't answer those questions, you don't get in.
I literally sort them and I say, answered questions, did not answer questions. Oh, did not answer questions? Decline all. Oh, right. Answered questions. Oh, and I go through and look at each one of those. You can tell sometimes we're trying to keep the spammers out and make sure only, good folks come in. So, give us some good answers and why you want to be in there. We throw, private content in there all the time. We've done live videos in there. We do all kinds of different content that goes up nowhere else because you want to be in our group. And if you're not in our group, then you don't get some of that stuff.
And when it does come time that the conference, which may or may not actually happen, takes place, guess who's going to hear about it first?
I don't know.
That's how we do it. Well, I think we should wrap it up, Travis, because I'm tired. I'm just...
You've been in Jamaica, man. Did you have a good time, man?
I've been having the island life, man. No worries. Everything hurry, man. In Jamaica time, everything go much slower. You know what I mean?
Including internet, man.
So slow. So slow. Well, thanks, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you. We love you with every bit of badness that is in us. And, hey, until next time, do that thing of badness by staying that way.
Stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins altcoins, and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.
Did not have sexual relations with this podcast.